Alright guys, another thing on the Charlie Kirk thing that everybody's missing, nobody have mentioned. The location that it all happened, UVU. Check this out. So I already know what's there, but I'm just checking the reference right now. I'm about to show you what I already know is there, and that's what the video is. But before I was gonna show you that, I was gonna research the Washington Monument, because there's a reference to that on what I'm gonna show you. And when I clicked on it and typed Washington Monument, it says Washington Monument, North Charles Street, Baltimore, Maryland. And I'm like, wait a second. This is getting even way more crazy. Okay? Because Charlie Kirk, alright, North Charles Street, alright, 15th Street. So we're gonna click on North Charles Street, see where it gets me. I'm gonna go back to Provo. Alright, Washington Monument. I'm gonna just see what I can see. Is this the... That's not what I'm looking for. Where is the Lincoln Memorial? Actually, let me go back and look at that Washington Monument. Walters Art Museum, Washington Place, Vermont Place, Vernon, Mount, what does that say? Vermont and Vernon? Mount Vernon. Why did it say North Charles? It's North Charles. What's that got to do with it? And it's a cross. Okay, I understand that. Charles Street right here. Okay, so Charles Street is the intersecting street. Alright, so this is a cross. What's the other street other than Charles? Washington Monument Street. Okay, so you got Washington Monument Street, east and west. So this is a compass on the map, because it's east and west starts here, right here on the monument of... Okay, let me... Who is this? Is this Washington? I think that is Washington. Is it Washington up there? Alright. I want to know who's up there. Is that George Washington up there? Alright. So Charles Street is the body of the Washington Monument. Interesting. Because now I'm thinking about the Lincoln Memorial, because I was looking for the phallus. What do they call that? What do they call that thing? The phallus. Lincoln Memorial. Northwest Washington, D.C. Lincoln Memorial. Okay. And it would have this big phallus, wouldn't it? That's a World War memorial. Isn't there supposed to be like... What am I tripping on? I'm getting it all confused. Oh, there it is. Right here. The Washington Monument. So, wait a second. I clicked on Washington Monument. Okay, now this makes a cross, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. This is an owl. It's kind of like an owl. It's supposed to be an owl. Alright, now this is ridiculous. This almost looks like sodomy. But anyway, so what happens here is, this is the phallus, all right, and it's supposed to be facing the dome, which would be right here. Here's the owl, all right. So here's the dome, the United States Capitol. Here's the womb, and then that's the phallus. Osiris or something like that's phallus, and then Isis or something. I don't know who's at the top. Liberty, where they do the indoctrination of Osiris. Okay, so that's his phallus right there. This is like this triangle. This right here, this Masonic piece to the triangle here. That could be the apron. Okay, so on the other side of that, what's this? Lincoln Park. Emancipation Memorial, known as the Freedom Memorial Emancipation Group and Monument, Lincoln Park in Capitol Hill neighborhood of Washington, D.C. It is sometimes referred to as the Lincoln Memorial before the more prominent National Memorial was dedicated. So there's two Washington monuments and there's two Lincoln Memorials. Okay. Interesting. Lincoln was assassinated. So that's what this is trying to tell us. And then the fields at RFK. What? Robert, what? Who RFK? RFK what? What RFK? What is RFK? What is RFK? Is that Robert F. Kennedy? Oh yeah, because RFK is Junior, ain't he? No, is he? No. Is he? He might be Junior. Ain't RFK ain't Robert Kennedy Jr.? RFK Jr. So, okay. And he was assassinated too, RFK. If I'm not mistaken. What the hell is going on here? It's a bunch of assassinated people monuments and memorials around this phallus and dome, womb, the owl. Now, I didn't think about the owl, but now that we see the owl, I kind of get it, okay? Because OVO campus, now you get it? Okay. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Now we know that in there, this is a Masonic symbolization. And there's an envelope inside of here, open and closed. It's weird the way that they do it. It can be open and it can be closed. There's the apron, open, closed, envelope. So right here, it's an open envelope. Boom, boom, boom. Apron, bam. And it's 5-sided, supposedly. It looks to be 5-sided. The same way at the Charlie Kirk, this would have been where Charlie Kirk was shot. In the OVO, inside of the owl, at Provo. Okay, so let's go back to Provo. Going back to Utah. Okay. So back to the Charlie Kirk. UVU, that's what it was called. UVU, like OWO. UVU. Let me look at their mascot. Alright. Let me go back. See who these mascots is. UVU mascot. Wolverine represents the school spirit and athletic events on campus. Wolverine symbolizes strength and perseverance. Willie the Wolverine, blindfolded. No, he's not blindfolded. He's just got a darn, and he's green. He's a beast. Number 41. Okay. Okay. Interesting. But OWO. Owl. Or is it OVO? Which one is Drake's? It's OVO owl. So you see what I'm saying? So it's UVU, University of Utah. And they're the Wolverines. Huh. The same word you could spell out. Interesting. Okay. So UVU, it looks like an owl's face, like the OVO. You see how it look like? This looks like an owl. That's why the OVO symbol is OVO. Because it looks like an owl's face. Alright? OVO. Alright? And that probably has something to do with the Masonic Illuminati stuff. So you got UVU, OVO, and then you got the owl at the Capitol. Now this is what I wanted to show you about the campus. It's the same setup as the Capitol. So right here is a phallus, penis and balls, OVO courtyard, penis, balls. This is a symbol of a phallus entering into a womb, an envelope. This is an open envelope. If you took this part of the triangle and folded it, it would look like an envelope. Okay? But it's open. This is the womb on the Mason's apron. Masonic. Okay? Now, the OVO is UVU. And in the center would be this is the Washington Monument. I mean, this is the White House right here. Boom. This is the stage. Everything is centered around here, right? And remember, behind the White House, the triangle burst open again like that. So let me do that. Bam. We'll do it like that. Bam. Take that picture, bow, like that. And then we'll go over back to the White House. They wasn't listening. And bam. Here we are. Wait a second. What am I looking at? The hell? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That ain't the White House? So what's this? The United States Capitol. White House. There ain't no owl over here. So the owl is over here. This is the owl. You could even see his wings. These are his wings. This is the ears or the eyes. But it's a horned owl, so yeah, those are the ears. And then the capital is his beak. But it's also like, it's also what? I'm in the middle of a video, please stop. So it's also so the mouth is a womb. Now this is crazy. because this kind of makes it like an insect or a dragon. These eyes right here, these two eyes, this is an insect. This is like the Vatican. This is like the serpent in the Vatican. And that's the crown on the head. Wait a second. This is a serpent. Jonathan Click style. This is the damn serpent. Where he shows you and then this is the tongue that goes to the phallus. And it goes all the way to the War Memorial and the Lincoln Memorial. This is the tongue. Wait a second. So is this a... And it's a diamond on the back of the body. This is a dragon? What's this road? What's that say? Anacostia. Anacostia. That's a serpent. I see that. That's an alien head. That's a serpent head. That's an insect mouth. It's all the above. Right there. What the heck? I don't think I ever seen nobody show me that. This is the mouth. It's a key. It's in the shape of a key underneath the owl. This is like a totem pole of symbology all in here. You got an owl, you got a womb or a crown and the womb. The womb is the crown. Liberty riding on top of the dragon. The woman on top of the serpent, the dragon. Wow. Who rides on top of the dragon, the beast. Okay. And there's lots of heads. You got an owl head. You got a alien head. You got a ant head. You got a serpent head. What the hell is going on? Bro, I'm gonna have... What? What is this shit? And this is east. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is east and west. This is to the beast to the east. The beast to the east. Okay. So let's get that. So this is a compass. And like, it shows time and direction. So this way is north. All right. And wait a second. What parallel are we on? 3877. He was at 4011. He was at 4111. Where he died at was 40 degrees north and 100 degrees 11 west, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go back to the campus. UVU. right, if you go to the spot where he died, like I said, that was the White House was at 40. It was at 3877. This is at, he died right here, 40 degrees north and 111 degrees west. That makes 440. 444. Because you don't count the zeros when you put the 40 and the 11 together. They got 38 and 77 on the other side, if I'm not mistaken, at the White House. Location of the White House. But wait. Go back to the White House. No, let's stay here for a second. All right. So it says it's called Hall of Flags. Hall of Flags, that's like a Capitol or a White House. This is the stage. Hall of Flags. There's not really oh shit. Is that the Superman S? It almost kind of, and then you have the baseball diamond right behind it with the Wolverine over it. And you definitely have an apron here. So it looks like first base. You see how America's pastime? OVO? Because you're the audience. OVO. You get it? And you get the pitch. And remember, that was the state capitol building where the owl is at, where the beast is at. It says Utah Valley. Do Terrera. Okay. But the pitch, the phallus, was right here. The Lincoln, the Washington Monument phallus would be like this right here. That's what it's all about. It's all about the phallus and the womb. And the womb is an open envelope. It's an open envelope. That's the base. And it's OVO. It's an owl. OVO. Owl. America's pastime. Okay, so, but it's also in the shape of a Superman. That Superman, the diamond almost kind of looks like a Superman's symbol. This one right here has the S almost, and they keep trying to compare him to the Man of Steel. Yeah, he stole the show 100%. Because they stole his ass away underneath that tent right there into that little trap door. And that's what it looked like. This is the grass that was around it. They took out this grass and put it in concrete, and talking about they're filling all this in with cement. So, but I think this right here leads to either, it probably leads both ways. Probably leads up into here, the baseball field, and it also leads out the back over to here into the loading docks. Somewhere around here, Heat Plant Street, South Heat Plant Road. It's funny that that's the name of the street. And supposedly the dude planted his gun somewhere nearby in the street in some wood. That's just some crazy stuff, bro. But definitely this is like the tail. This is like, it almost kind of look like a devil tail, but this is the penis going into the womb, because it's a waterfall, ain't it? This is a pool, and it pulls and falls down the levels, don't it, into this down here, into the womb, into the envelope, open envelope. And then what's here? The water electric tunnel. All right. So, and then you have so that's the phallus and the womb. The phallus and the apron. The phallus and the womb. Okay? The vag, the vagina. See, it's in a V, and it's UVU. Let me see what a 3D do. Descending down into the womb. Let me back up. I guess this window right here, this tunnel, is the eyes of the owl. Whoa, what? What happened? I ain't do that. All right, let's get out of there. OVO. Go back. That's OVO. Right there. O-V-O. Right there. There's a O, there's a V, there's a O. O, there's a V, there's a O. Open. Envelope. Open. O-V-O. That's the owl. And I guess the courtyard would be his wings. Like the wings of an owl. Yeah. Sort of kind of is like an owl. Now that we mention it, the owl might be there. We might have the owl there. There's something about it that it just, there's too much geometry here for the symbol, for it not to mean something, you know what I mean? It definitely is something interesting. So yeah, man, the penis or the phallus, water phallus, fall, water phallus into the envelope, hall of flags. Open envelope, hall of flags. And I guess it floods into this over here underneath and shoots up over here, maybe? Is that what that does? Is this water connected to that water? Is that what that is? Oh no, interesting though. It's very interesting. I'll say that much. It is very interesting. There's a lot of V symbolism going on here. A lot of V symbolism. The Virgin. The womb. The waterfall. Phallus. Into the womb. Okay? That's what that stands for. Okay. And that's the same symbology of Isis and Osiris. Yeah. So it's all inside of a ritual. Osiris dies. The phallus fallen into the womb. And then Isis brings them back, puts them back together. So, Turning Point America, USA, Osiris, USA, Turning Point USA, Isis. So she puts them back together. I guess something like that. Now he's green. UVU's mascot is green. Their colors is green. Green is the color of the god of, what is he, the god of death? No, he's not the god of death, but he the green represents death. 100% pale. He's pale. So what do we have here? Let's go collect. Oh yeah, let me go oh, and they keep comparing it to Snake Eyes. Oh, shucks. Wait a second. They might be onto something here. They keep comparing it to Snake Eyes. Remember, he died at the degrees of 40 degrees north and 40 degrees 16 north and 111 degrees. And I said you put that together, it's 444. 111 degrees west. Snake Eyes. Now, that's what I said back at the freaking Washington state capitol. Man, they call it state capitol, right? DC, nigga, what's up? Oh, they're supposed to put United States Capitol. I'm like, why isn't that like? Okay, and this is specific, particularly for the United States. So, what's the White House? What the hell is going on with this? This is. Wait a second. Something is up, man. Oh, shit. Oh. The north. This is north. This is east. Beast from the east. This is the Baphomet in the north. Wait a second though. The Baphomet is supposed to be in actual compass. The bull is supposed to be in the west. The eagle is supposed to be in the north. I guess the White House represents. What does the White House represent? The eagle? Oh, but the word eagle in Hebrew is bull. Oh, I forgot that. A lot of people don't even recognize that shit. But the word eagle in Hebrew is the bull, like the Baphomet. Like the goat. Like a behemoth. Okay. So the east was a lion. The west was a bull. The north was an eagle. And the south is a man, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the original way of it was. But they got Lincoln, the man, to the west. Wait a second. Where's my compass? Which way is north around here? Yeah. Sheesh. Wow, is this in the middle of a diamond for a county line? Sort of kind of is. So you got the V for Virginia, Maryland. Oh, this is a dividing line between two states, Maryland and West Virginia. No, that's just Virginia. Okay, but the District of Columbia is this. Okay, so from the south, if this is the center of the compass, is the phallus, Osiris' phallus. So the White House, the hell is here? It doesn't have a dome. It's not a dome. Yeah, so the shadow, the thing is, the monument was supposed to play with the shadow of the sun for Osiris. So the sun would make it go from west to the east, and then the shadow of the phallus should go all the way into the womb. Liberty, sort of, I guess, would be like a Isis or some shit. I don't know that, but they say that's Liberty, but the story is for Osiris and Isis. I don't get how they're really putting it, but yeah, they're polytheists. So they do things like that. It's a lot of taking people off stage and putting them on, replacing them going on. Okay. So German-American Friendship Garden, the Washington Monument. And then you have the World War II Memorial. Then you have the Lincoln Memorial. So over here, let me go see where that waterfall was facing over at UVU. Okay, see which direction. So this is the phallus. So let me get my north and west going. Can I get a north and west? Can I get a north, and do I have to turn it to make north and west? Is that what they're saying? Oh, there we go. Okay. So this thing is facing, if that's north, it's facing a degree, it's facing some degrees off. As a matter of fact, I'm lining it up to the triangle on the red of the, I'm lining it up to the triangle on this right here. See the triangle on the north right there? If I take this and I make it go through that like that, it's a perfect line. So what degree they're using is perfect off of north. It might be a 30 degree. It's acute. Compared to so what's north? So it's coming from the north into the south, into the womb. Okay, so we know in the north is the White House, the Baphomet. The south is man. Charlie means man. Carl, Charlie, church, Kirk, body, man's body. Boom. Delivered man's, some reborn, something happened, something's going on. There's a lot of symbology going on here. Snake eyes. Wait a second. So it's going southeast or southwest. The whole campus is lined up like that. It's a specific degree. The way that the angle is. It's a specific degree off of north. Just pitching a specific degree off of north. The north would be straight up like this street right here, sort of. Like 800 West. So yeah, this angle that they're on, let me look at some angles. Let me see what a 33-degree angle look like. 23 or 33, which one? 24? $22 angle. Catch 22. Yeah. Yeah. Let me go over here and do this. Take that picture. Boom. Then I'm gonna go over here, take this angle, 22 degrees, and try some of these out. Bam. Like that. Go over here. Just close up this. Go over here. Open up this. We're gonna lay this shit on top and see what that degree is, to see if they're really connecting this to some Masonic stuff. They're really trying to be about that type of stuff. Is this really connected to some White House stuff? Alright. The angle. Bam. Alright. Now picture in picture. Bam. And we're gonna crop. $22 degrees. Bam. Then we're gonna chroma so we can look through it. Bam. Then we're gonna turn it. I'm gonna line them up. I'm gonna line them up. That's 20 degrees. Yeah, let me get this bigger. Pull this over here. Then pull this over here. Let's see what this degree is coming off of this. Straight out of the north, because you got to go straight up the middle of the arrow to do north. So that's 22 degrees. Oh, I was on point, son. I guess that shit is 22.5. 22.5 degrees of the phallus fall into the womb from the north. All right. 22.5 degrees. Okay. That was just a little side note. Alright. So yeah, that's what I wanted to point out. Is that pretty much the location of this whole situation lines up with symbology of how you have a phallus, water phallus, and then you have a womb, virgin womb, a hall of flags. Okay? So then, and that's an envelope, a Masonic envelope that's open. It's a baseball diamond also. So this is just, it's the symbology in it also. It represents America so much. Alright? And then the same, and you had a dude get assassinated here. Charlie Kirk. And then the first thing I was like, alright, where's the Washington Monument? It said North Charlie Street. Charles Street. Baltimore, Maryland. North Charles Street will lead you to that compass right here, the Washington Monument. Landmark tower with exhibits and views. And it's a compass. It's a cross. It's a compass. It's a cross. A cross, a compass, a compass, a cross. Okay. So then I was like, okay, but what's that got to do with the Washington Monument? And I didn't understand that there was two of them like that. Where are we at? Oh. So we gotta go over here. Something like right here. So that's some degrees off right there. From there to there. I wonder if you could do a line from there to there. No, it doesn't give you no degrees. It should be able to give you degrees when you do that. But you gotta have, like, I guess a second line to actually make an actual degree. But yeah, that shoots right up out of there just like that. Okay. So that Washington Monument is to the northeast. And the White House, that's all north of the Baphomet, because the Baphomet is on the pentagram. The pentagram, the mouth of the pentagram is the White House. The pentagram is the beast of Satan. It's the Baphomet that they call Satan. Alright? Or Lucifer and all that stuff. This right here, these are his horns. Right there. Those are his ears. Out there. And this is his mouth. Right there. These are his eyes. Right there. Alright? So, with that, and his tongue is hanging out as the president's part. This is his tongue. The tongue of Satan. You see how this is the Chicago Bulls nose right here? Boom. I never noticed that. I never noticed that. I never noticed that. Holy cow. Take off all of that. Holy cow. And then you say holy cow. That's another symbology to the Baphomet Satan. We shouldn't say that. Okay. So that's the Chicago Bulls logo right there. I never noticed that. I never noticed that. What? I never noticed that. What is this? Chicago Bull. Ball in Chicago. Bull in Chicago. The Baphomet ball. Baphomet beef. Baphomet in Chicago. Chicago Bull. Bill in Chicago. Chicago. How you spell Chicago? Chicago. Said Chica. Chicago Bull logo. I never noticed that. I never noticed that. I'm about to pull it out. Okay. So we're going to take a picture of that. Bam. But this is with the tongue out. Alright. Never noticed that either, though. Might have to zoom in on it, too, though. And then this is the Bulls logo. Regular logo. Regular logo. Regular logo. Regular logo. It's the Bulls logo. I guess we just got to do maybe. Which one should we do? Let's just do this one. Is this a genuine? Is this genuine? Is this a genuine photo? Alright, so we'll do that. Alright, yeah, we'll do that. The Bulls logo. We go back down here. So this right here. Put in the project. Open this up. Put this on. Bam. And then we'll put on another one too. We'll do the Bulls logo behind it. Do them both. Then we take this. Do that. Take this. Bam. Do that. Like this. That. Take this. That's the nose. Right there. It's like the mouth of the bull right there. Alright. Let me line it up right. Boom. Just like that. Hold on. Just gotta line up. Let me see something. Let me back it out a little bit. And then we'll do this. Make this line up. Let's go back over here. Boom. Do that. What the hell? You see it already, right? It locks into place, bro. It freaking locks into place. It freaking locks into place, bro. What the hell? Oh, are those the eyes for the bull? It locks into place, man. That's crazy. Crazy work. That's it right there. And this is the tongue out. The tongue is out. They did it like that, and then brought it back. Yeah, it don't get no crazier than that, man. Okay, so we see this, man. There ain't no unseeing that. That's the bull. They're doing a number on this place. Facing Virginia, Pentagon. That's the Pentagon. I never knew they were that close. So, pentagram, Pentagon. And this is the same. It's another pentagram. Okay, guys. What's this? Thomas Jefferson Memorial. There's man to the south. Jefferson. Thomas. Tomas. Jopheth's son. Okay. So there's the compass. You got the eagle, the bull. This is what I mean by eagle. The eagle. It was the eagle. The eagle, when we say eagle, that's what we're saying right there. It's a bull. It's a calf. A male calf. An eagle. Abraham, covenant to the Abraham Lincoln, and then you got the eagle, which is a calf up north. This is crazy. The Lincoln Memorial, Abraham. Why do they show a phallus as the symbol for memorial? Even just the symbol for the memorial is a phallus. The symbol for memorial is phallus. It's crazy. This is the symbol for all memorials. Ain't this some shit? So they playing games, man. They playing games. Playing games, man. So yeah, man, something's up, bro. Something's definitely up. Something's definitely up, man. Something is definitely up. So yeah, man, all this the Charlie Kirk stuff is just all in the center of this, because it leads back to here anyway. Because of that, decisions are made here. And decisions are made here. Alright? Here, here, and here are reacting for what happened over there. But like I said, it's all symbology. UVU, just the abbreviation represents the OVO, the Oval Office. Ain't that some shit? Hold on. The Oval Office is the White House, ain't it? Wouldn't the Oval Office be the White House? Or is the Oval Office state capitol? It's the White House. If I'm not mistaken. Hold on. OVO, Oval Office. There we go again. This is crazy. Oval Office. I should have just pushed it. It's at the White House. Yeah. Man. Right there. On the right wing. And they call it right wing. Nigga, this is the damn... No, wait a second. Let me go look up the taste buds. 5 taste buds. Sweet, salty, bitter, spicy, savory. Let me see him chop up the tongue into the different... Here we go. Umami. Okay. Let's go back over here. I don't know which one to use. Let's use both. Boom. Boom. Now we're gonna check this out. Something is up. Something's definitely up. Hell is going on here? I like this one. Where is spicy? They're tripping. Where the hell is the spicy? I don't see no spicy. So they're just saying the umami is the spicy. Or they're saying, what? Sour and bitter. So they're saying the bitter is the spicy? I guess. Umami is fermented vegetables and spice with seafood. Okay, so then we got something else to look at real quick. We can go over here. We're gonna go in here. We're gonna zoom in on this tongue real quick. Bam. Something's up. guess we can kind of go with this one. Put a map on top of a map, you know what I mean? See what they seeing over here, man. Bam. Okay, I see what we're gonna do. Let's see how we gotta do it. We're gonna do it like this. Boom. Like that. Down. Then we're gonna go over here. Land. Like that. Bro. Okay. It was just a question. It was just a question. On the tongue. The White House is on the tongue of the bull. Lafayette Square. He laughing at you. Laughing at you, square. Laughing at you, squares. President's Park. Poseidon's Park. Ellipsis. His tongue is out on a lip. Oh shit. They're going all the way to Black God over here with this one. Now I see they're tripping now. This is the constellation of Taurus and the Pleiades. They're tripping. They're tripping. Over the left eye of the bull will be the Pleiades sisters. Plaza. It's not the plaza. It's not the Pleiades, but it's the plaza. going on here? It's 14th. It's the 1400 Street. 140,000 stars is inside of the Pleiades solar system or constellation. I'm trying to see if they're trying to link this to the Pleiades and Black God. Howard. Oh shit. All the way up at the top is the Smithsonian National Zoological Park over here. Crazy. Okay, so yeah, maybe I never really thought about it, but I guess there could be some connection to the satanic black god. I mean, the satanic Baphomet bull ball in Chicago, Balenciaga, Baal, Satan, all that stuff, Moloch, with the Black God Pleiades sisters. Franklin. It would be 7. They would say it would be 7 or 9 sisters. Wow. Alright, I'm gonna have to end this video. There's a lot going on here. 7 star. Seven-point star. That's 8 points. That's 8 points. Interesting. But anyway, yeah, man, all of this stuff is some type of weird ritual stuff going on, man. This is I never even, like, I was told this stuff was here, but you never really notice until you really just take a look at this stuff. This is crazy. This is madness. This is preposterous. And on that note, I gotta go, man. Y'all have a good night, man.